Welcome to Crimson Tide Connection, where we visit with your favorite coaches and players, and joined for the first time this season by the head coach of the Alabama baseball team, Mitch Gaspard. Coach, thanks for being here.
You bet. Glad to be here.
Coach, your team just started fall baseball. You've had a chance to see them a little bit in action. What have you seen from them so far?
Well, so we've had a really good weights conditioning. Obviously, that took us through the front part of the the fall semester, and just hit the field last Wednesday. We've had a regular practice, and then we had 2 scrimmages Thursday and Friday. And I think as much as anything, the fall is always an exciting time for all the new players coming in. So we had 3 good days last week. Got to see a lot of new faces out on the field, and got to see Tucker Hawley return back to the mound, which was good to see for our team. And so we were pleased with the first 3 days. Obviously, we've got a long way to go, but exciting heading into week 2.
One of the good things about fall is there's not a lot of pressure. It's just a chance for you to see what this team can do. And, what are some of the strengths do you think is going to be from this team so far? Well,
I think you're exactly right. The biggest thing right now in the 6-week period is an evaluation, just to see what we have on the field, how the new guys react. So right now, certainly looking back, we were so young on the mound last year. I think that has to be something, we're really honing in on as a coaching staff. Can we take the steps needed this year to prepare those guys into SEC roles? And then really, how do the other guys fit into the pieces? We're going to have, for the most part, a brand new infield that's going to have a lot of youth in it. And there's competition throughout the field. We told the guys from day one, there's not one position right now that's filled. It's going to be earned, through these 6 weeks and into the early part of the spring. So competition, and that's what we're looking for, and that's what we're excited about through the next 5 weeks.
As you said, you had a young pitching staff last year, but you're returning 86% of the innings pitched from last season. So something that was, maybe inexperienced last season, looks like it could be a strength for you this year.
Well, that's what we feel like. We really threw some guys out to the Wolves last year, and we feel like that's going to be a real benefit for us this year. As you said, 86% of the innings coming back, so that's experience, and that's what we lacked last year. So you've got all the young guys back, along with, as I said, Hawley was a rotation guy for us 2 years ago that's going to get back in the mix. And we're adding some other freshmen that we feel like can compete for starting jobs as well.
I know you probably can't name them all, but who are some of the incoming guys, like you said, maybe some of the freshmen and stuff that you have coming in?
Well, I think right now, instead of just naming a couple guys, we have 12 new players that came into the program, and we're expecting contributions from all of those guys. But we got a couple middle infielders. Mikey White's a guy that came in from Spain Park that was Gatorade Player of the Year that certainly should make an impact into our program. Wade Wass was a junior college All-American that catches, can really swing the bat. And we've got a couple, 2 or 3 freshmen on the mound that we feel like can add depth to what we have there. But we're really pleased with our young players just in general. We have, quite a few guys that really have raised the talent level, and really now it's us just to mold them into the right pieces and really let those guys progress and compete. I mean, that's really what it is right now. I mean, it's open game, and the guys that play the best will earn those positions.
Well, Coach, I know you've been excited about getting back onto the field, but you've also been doing some things off the field. Can you kind of talk about that a little bit?
Well, yeah, that's something we've always tried to do, is get into the community service and do some things. We've really been in partnership with the Miracle League, and our guys just went out this past Saturday morning. They had their opening day, and we had the whole team out there really helping. And I think the one thing with community service, especially in an arena like the Miracle League, as much as it benefits the kids there, I think it's likewise with our players. And it also gives you appreciation for what you have, and really just an understanding of how good it makes you feel to give back in those situations.
And I'm sure it's good to see the smiles on those kids' faces too, just for having you guys come out there, isn't it?
Well, I think, just to touch on one thing, we had a kid that, last year when we were there, he was using a walker, couldn't even get around the bases. And this year he was able to swing the bat and walk, around the bases by himself. And of course, the entire crowd gave him a standing ovation. And every year and every time you go and spend time, you see something different like that leaves a lasting impression, I know, on all of our guys for sure.
That's great, Coach. And you have a great group of guys, playing for you this year. And if you want to see those guys, the scrimmages are open. Is that right?
They are. This week we're going to scrimmage roughly 3:30 on Thursday, 3:30 on Friday, and then prior to the Friday football game or the Saturday football game with Florida Atlantic, we're going to have a 10:30 scrimmage, which will go about 8 innings. So it'll be a great time for the fans to come out and see our team for the first time this year.
Again, like his coach said, Thursday and Friday at 3:30. And if you're in town on Saturday for the football game, come out and watch the Alabama baseball team practice at 10:30. Admission is free. For head coach Mitch Gaspard, thank you for being here.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Chris Fringland for Crimson Tide Connection.